Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Sarah Drake.
And I'm Briana Jones. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics.
The Trojan baseball team faced the Chanticleers this weekend, only winning one game from the three-game series.
On a windy afternoon at Riddle Pace Field, the number 17 ranked Coastal Carolina baseball team took two close wins in Saturday's doubleheader against the Trojans. The Chanticleers won Game 1 3-2 and Game 2 5-4 to clinch the conference series. And head coach Mark Smart says despite the loss, the team is still in a good place.
Certainly disappointed with the doubleheader today. Two really good games. You know, we got beat 3-2 and 5-4, and so that's disappointing. Give Coastal credit. They've got a really good ball club. So disappointed, but still believe our team's in a great place. We've got a good ball club. We just happen to match up with one of the better teams in the league, and I think one of the better teams in the country.
In Game 2, Coastal Carolina jumped out to a 5-run lead in the top of the first inning. However, the Trojans would not give up without a fight, and Smart talks about how his team almost came back to beat the Chanticleers.
The 5-run inning can really deflate you, and I think it kicked us a couple innings, but you know, we started to rally and we got a run in the third, and then we had a 3-run sixth to cut it to 5-4. So we did a good job to stay in that game. And so like I said, I'm disappointed that we weren't able to get the wins, but I'm really proud of the way we competed. I think we're a good ball club, and we'll have to play better down the stretch.
And Smart speaks on his team's defensive efforts to hold the league-leading Chanticleers to just 5 runs.
I was really proud of that because it could have got crazy. Like I said, give them credit. They had hits at the right time to score their runs. That's a good offensive team, probably the most powerful team in our league. Certainly, they lead the league in home runs and runs scored. So to hold them to 5, I mean, we pitched well all weekend. We've got to find a way to close that gap on those opportunities. Score that run when we have a chance. Keep them from scoring when we have a chance to get out of the inning. If we can find those little gaps, I think we'll really be a good second half ball club.
The Trojan softball team picked up their second conference sweep of the season against Coastal Carolina this weekend. Aaron Dixon has the highlights.
On Saturday, the Troy softball team was looking for a sweep of the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina, and Coach Mullins was able to discuss the first 2 games of the series that gave Troy a chance for the sweep.
We've been great at pitching and defense all year, and I thought we did a great job the first day of having 2 solid 7-inning performances and having timely hits. And when you do that, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
After scoring a combined 6 runs in 2 games, the Trojan bats came alive as they scored 6 runs in the third game, and one player said that it all has to do from the work they put in the fall.
Honestly, I think it's just we prepared all season for this and all fall, and then when everybody gets their opportunity, everybody does well. So I really just think coming alive really is a credit to the fall and all the hard work we've done.
On the mound, Troy was on target as the Troy pitchers gave up only 3 runs combined in the first 2 games. And then in Game 3, freshman Andy Willis and junior Peyton Glover went to work, only giving up 3 runs on 7 hits. Coach Mullins talks about Saturday's pitching performance.
I mean, and it's toughness Saturday, so, Annie did a great job of giving us 5 solid innings, and then Peyton's done it all year. She's come in and shut the door, so very proud of them. Like I said, pitching and defense has been solid all year, and I don't expect it to be anything but that.
The Trojans completed the sweep of the Chanticleers by defeating them 6-3, and Coach Mullins was even able to go into more detail about what she expects from her team the rest of the season.
Just a grind. It's kind of awesome. We're going to get a true Sunday off day, and I think we're going to take advantage of that, and then we're going to come out and get to work on Monday and Tuesday, and every single conference game's a dogfight. I mean, it doesn't really matter who we're playing from top to bottom. It's a really strong conference, so I expect us to come out and pitch well, play defense, and have some timely hitting. Same thing we've been doing all year.
This weekend, the Troy softball team got a huge sweep of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Now they will look ahead at Wednesday, where they will face in-state rival South Alabama. Aaron Dixon, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The Trojan baseball team took a brief break from conference play Tuesday night, welcoming Alabama A&M into Riddle Pace Field.
After dropping 2 games against Coastal Carolina over the weekend, the Trojan baseball team found themselves back in the win column after defeating the Alabama A&M Bulldogs 10-2 Tuesday night at Riddle Pace Field. And head coach Mark Smart called it a solid win.
It was a good win. Anytime you win, it's important. 10-2. It was a comfortable game. We were never really threatened in the game. We did enough offensively. We stole a few bases. We got some extra base hits. So it was a good, solid 10-2 win against a team that really didn't match up with us talent-wise. but you still have to go out and play well, and we did that tonight.
Tuesday's win marks the team's 7th straight midweek game win, and Smart talks about how his team was able to respond in the right way after the tough weekend losses.
We came out, we were very workmanlike today. Our preparation was good. We played a good game. We didn't play bad. We made no errors. We didn't walk a lot of people. We swung the bats well. So we erased those 2 days, that 2-game little skid we had. We're back on the winning side.
Max Newton, who got the start for the Trojans, only allowed 2 runs on 5 hits and struck out 4 batters before the Trojan bullpen took over. And Smart says the Trojans pitched well against the Bulldogs.
Max had the 1 bad inning, and then he got through the inning without much damage. Zach was great. 2 pitches for strike. Levi struck out the side. He was terrific in the 8th. And then Will Carnley hit the first guy, a little bit in character, but he struck out the side. So we struck out 11 in the game, so we pitched awfully well.
The Trojans didn't play a midweek game last week. However, that did change this week as they hosted Alabama A&M on Tuesday. And now the team turns their focus to their 2nd midweek game as they travel to face Alabama State. And Coach Smart talks about why the Trojans need to be prepared for the Hornets.
The challenge that we'll have is I think they're going to be prepared to play us. We kind of embarrassed them in a game, and so they're going to want to get it even. So we'll have to be ready for that. We need to continue to play well on the road. We've played well on the road lately. We won our last 2 road series in the conference.
Troy's softball 7-game winning streak came to an end on Wednesday night as the South Alabama Jaguars defeated the Trojans 7-0 under the lights at the Troy softball complex. Troy struggled at the plate and did not post its first hit of the game until the 3rd inning as Hope Hernandez singled to left field, but was left stranded as a strikeout and line drive put South Alabama back at the plate. 4 base hits in the 4th inning plated 2 more runs for the Jaguars. Katie Webb singled up the middle in the 6th, and Erica Davis doubled in the bottom of the 7th, but strong pitching and defense from the Jaguars kept Troy from crossing the plate. And head coach Beth Mullins talks about the disappointing loss.
I mean, we just came out flat. I don't think we pitched well. I don't think we played good defense, and we definitely didn't do well offensively, especially the first 4 innings. And, you know, if you want to compete at the top of our conference, which is a great conference, you got to show up, and you can't expect people to lay over for you. And South's a great team, South, and they took it to us, and you got to give them credit. They came out ready to play, and we did not.
The baseball team ripped 2 triples to tie the school's single-season record at 19 and came away with a 10-2 victory over Alabama State Wednesday night. A big night from Rigsby Mosley helped spark the 10-run performance for Troy. The redshirt freshman finished 3 for 4 and was just a triple shy of the cycle, driving in 3 runs on a homer, double, and single. The 4-run first proved to be enough for Troy in the long run as Sadler Goodwin gave up just 2 runs in 5 innings to notch another one in their win column. Jackson Cofer, Lance Johnson, and C.J. Carter combined to work 4 scoreless frames with 6 strikeouts out of the bullpen.
Trojan football fans will have a new way to experience the action in Veterans Memorial Stadium this fall as a massive new video board will sit atop a new north end zone facility in the stadium. Even though the project is still a few months from completion, the scoreboard is already fired up. Janae Jordan gives us a look.
Last season, the Trojan fans broke records at Veterans Memorial Stadium, coming out to cheer on the Trojans. And with more fans, there's a need for more space for not only the fans, but for the athletes and the coaching staff. So the athletic department decided to add a new north end zone to accommodate everyone's needs.
The north end zone project for us, it's about a $25 million project that started almost 15 months ago now, and we're nearing completion. We should finish the project in the summer, but it's going to be, for the most part, it's a football operations building that will serve our football team, a locker room, athletic training space, strength and conditioning, nutrition, team space, meeting rooms, coaches' offices, really a space that we've needed for many years.
The new north end zone will be equipped with a new video board, seating, concession, and a club area for premium members.
On top of the building, again, we've created a new video board on top of that building, which is going to be a great addition to our in-game environment. Under that video board is a concessions, high-end concession, a club area to go along with about 400 premium seats we're going to have in that end zone. And so it'll be a ticketed area where people, season ticket holders who have tickets will be really the only people allowed up there.
As you can see behind me, construction for the new north end zone is still taking place. It is set to be finished in the summertime, and there will be a grand opening for the north end zone against Boise State at the first home game at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
We've got a great home schedule. I think we're going to be in a position to have another successful year. Our coaches and our students are working really hard right now to prepare themselves for the fall, and so I'm excited about this season coming up.
Troy University is looking to update more areas of the athletic department as needed. As of now, the main focus is to finish the north end zone. Janae Jordan, Troy Trojan Vision News.
Fans will have the chance to get their first look at the new video board in person during the Trojans T-Day game on April 21st.
The men's golf team concluded regular season play this past weekend after competing in the Mason Rudolph Championship in Franklin, Tennessee at the Vanderbilt Legends Club. Troy finished 12th overall and Callum Masters took home 27th overall on the individual leaderboard. Troy returns to his familiar site this upcoming weekend as the Trojans travel to Miramar Beach, Florida for the Sun Belt Conference Championship. Troy won the 2016 Sun Belt Championship and won the stroke play portion of the event last year before falling in match play.
The Trojan women's golf team fell short in their bid to repeat as Sun Belt Conference Championships Tuesday afternoon. Troy finished the three-day tournament in second place, shooting a team 906. 26 behind champion Coastal Carolina. The top Trojan on the leaderboard was Lindsey Harrison, who ended the tournament tied for 10th place. Harrison was as high as second place after day 2. While the women are done, the men will head to the same course this weekend to compete in their conference tournament starting on Sunday.
2 outdoor school records and 8 personal bests were broken as the Trojan track and field team competed at the Tiger Track Classic this weekend. Senior Riley Schwartz set a new all-time heptathlon record by recording 5,131 points in the multi-event. Schwartz also set personal bests in the high jump and in the shot put. The Trojans women's 4x400 meter relay team topped the school record list with a 3-minute and 43.91 second time to finish third at the meet. Titus Sizemore high jumped his way to a personal best 2.14 meters to place second.
The men's tennis team has been slotted as the number 4 seed for the Sun Belt Conference Championship, which will get underway at the Peachtree City Tennis Center on Friday. The Trojans will open the tournament against number 5 Georgia Southern at 2 p.m. Friday in a rematch of a 4-2 Troy victory back on March 27th in Statesboro. The winner of the first round matchup will advance to play the winner of number 1 Georgia State and number 8 Coastal Carolina on Saturday at 2 p.m. Troy has not played Georgia State this season, but handed Coastal a 4-1 defeat on March 16th. The championship match is scheduled for 1 p.m. on Sunday.
On the eve of postseason play for the men's tennis team, Pelayo Antuña has been announced as the Sun Belt Conference Freshman of the Year, which was announced by the league Wednesday afternoon. Antuña was the team leader in the regular season with 13 wins in singles play and an overall record of 13-11. He was an overall record of 10-6 in dual play, which marks a team high as he is the only player with double-digit wins. The freshman has also been one of the most successful players in doubles play for Troy this year, as he is tied for third on the team with 10 doubles wins, which includes a 6-3 record in dual play. Antuña and the team will be back in action this week as they have been slotted as the number 4 seed for the Sun Belt Conference Championship, which get underway at the Peachtree City Tennis Center on Friday.
There is some exciting news for the Trojan women's tennis team. Head coach Ruia LCC, the league announced today that she has been named the 2018 Sun Belt Coach of the Year. LCC is in her 8th overall season and 5th at the helm of the women's tennis program. She has compiled over 50 wins in her time as head coach. LCC coached the Trojans to the number 1 seed in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament for the first time in program history, as she speaks on what it would mean to bring Troy their first women's tennis Sun Belt Conference Championship.
From my end as a coach, since I played for Troy and I've been in the Sun Belt since I used to be a player. And I know we even had good teams that were top 50 and we would be very close, but there was top 30 teams that would win the conference at that point. But that means a lot to me that we win it as a team, because that would be history for the program.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan baseball team's matchup against Arkansas State.
But first, Sarah sits down with soccer's Allie Bayer. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.